With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans. Here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight, the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Drivers fire things off here at the Tricky Triangle. Pocono Raceway hosting tonight's feature event, 55 laps around the track, over 130 miles to crown a king. Here tonight, who's going to take that top spot? We'll find right after the RealOptics.com qualifying session. But first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Over 30 drivers in the field here tonight, and with qualifying already underway, we're gonna get that track information out of the way. There you can see at 104 degrees track temperature, so the rear ends of these trucks may be a little slidey coming out of turn number 3. That's going to be the place to watch, I would expect, here tonight. Turn number 3 should give these drivers a little bit of a challenge. We'll get some of that qualifying information over to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Jimmy P in the 55. Top of the speed charts. Quick time for Jimmy. 54.44 is the RealOptics.com poll. Provisional poll for the moment, just about a tenth faster than Kevin Moeller. So Moeller having a good run here in qualifying, fast as always. That 41 of Sheldon Fittick back on the track with us tonight in his Chevy Silverado. How about Sarge breaking into the top 5 here in qualifying? The 31 Ford F-150 showing some speed out there tonight. Over 23 drivers with a qualifying time. We've still got a handful down there yet to go. So as the music begins to fade away, time going to continue to tick away off of the stopwatch. We're under about a minute and a half here remaining in the RealOptics.com poll award session. Qualifying well underway here tonight. Tommy D out on the track in his flying lap, trying to get the Beef Jerky Unlimited number 86 Chevy Silverado up through this field with a good starting position. Rolfan going to put his Creature's Comfort Brewing Company number 60 machine top 5. Nobody able to do anything with Jimmy P front of this field. Look for that 55 to start from the front row. He'll be the control card coming to the green flag. Just a handful of seconds for drivers to try to knock him out of the way. And Tommy D going to run inside the top 10. He's going to slot in 6th with his fast time, but nobody beating the quick time here in qualifying. 54.44. And that's going to do it for your qualifying session. We're going to step away from the track, head down track side for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back track side here from Pocono Raceway as drivers head to the trucks. Everybody beginning to make their way onto pit lane. Jump in the trucks, getting ready to fire things off. There you can see this enormous field as they all get set and ready to roll here tonight. As we bring you back trackside, let's start with your starting lineup here tonight from Pocono Raceway, starting inside Row number 1, snatching the RealOptics.com pole award moments ago. Inside of that fast 55, you'll find Jimmy P leading him off of pit road into the green flag. Just to his outside the fast Carolina native Kevin Moeller in that 72 truck. He'll start in second position. Back in row number 2 here tonight, the 41 of Sheldon Finnegan, the 31 of Sarge. Rule fan Tommy D making up row number 3. Back inside row number 4, the 36 of Razor Cut. Paul Dillon in the 113. Great starting position for him. He'll start in that 8th spot. Jeff Carlson in the 88, starting inside. Row number 5 with Ethan Wilson just to his outside. John Izzo in the 63 will roll off at 11th with Ken Worley rounding out your top 12. Row number 7 here tonight from Pocono Raceway, the 33 of Butch Jet Wrench, followed by the 109 of Bender James Barber. Dean Miller back in row 8. Row number 9, Jeff Spotswood in Raymond Causey. Roger Homan and Gary Ragland will finish out your top 20. Jason Roop with Chris Llewellyn back in row number 11. Row number 12 here tonight, Dr. Green Thumb himself, James Schultz in the 420, starts inside row number 12 with the 34 of Andy just to his outside. Rest of the field looks a little something like this. Big names back here look for Nitro as well as Renselman to work their way up through the field. Don't count out that Virginia native Kendall Craft in the 51. Look for him to be fast coming through this field. But as the music fades away, we work our way off of turn number 3. And we're going to get ready to drop the green flag. The boss man in the flag stand has it ready to go, and away we go on the loud pedal. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Pocono Raceway. Good start by everybody through the field. Nobody jumping out of line just yet. Snaking there, looking to the bottom of the racetrack. I do believe that's going to be Ethan Wilson looking for a spot on the bottom of the racetrack. Not going to be able to get there. Finnick going to keep it tight to Jimmy's rear bumper, working through 1 and 2. Down the back stretch now, Jimmy going to go to the high side. Sheldon going to work right along with him. It's a 4-trunk breakaway, single file, front of the field. Here comes a big run from Rule Fan. Fan going to now look to the inside of Sarge and take that position, force that machine a little further up the track, wash them out of line here. And now 3 trucks starting to break away as the side-by-side battle continues for that 4th and 5th position. Oh, contact 31 of Sarge. Oh my goodness. Able to save it. We stay green flag racing here from Pocono. Oh my goodness. And as we cross the line to begin lap number 2, we'll drop that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver, just like we do right here in the production booth. Lots of great battles through this 30-car field here tonight. So we'll jump around for a while trying to find... Oh, into the outside wall. Into the outside wall. I believe that may have been the 34 of Andy, and no, we're going to get that number mixed up there. That is not. That's going to be the 09 of Raymond Causey into the outside wall for just a little bit of a dust up. Front of the field, still looking the same. Starting to step away. Jim P. Sheldon Fiddick right there starting to gap. Moeller just a little bit of roll fan trying to close back in, making a 4-trunk breakaway as Razor Cut having a good run. He's going to round out your top 5. He's separating himself from the field. Jeff Carlson back in 6th. Ethan Wilson, Bender, John Izzo, and Ken Worley round out your top 10. What has happened to Tommy D? Let's go back. Let's check. Let's see. The Beef Jerky Unlimited 86 Chevy Silverado dropping 6 spots here. Started 6, now running into 12th position. A little bit of a rough go here at the start of tonight's race for Tommy. We'll see if he can turn things around. Paul Dillon in the same story. There you see that 113 on track just behind Tommy there. And Paul having a real rough go here. He's going to drop 5 positions from where he qualified, running outside of the top 10, now sitting in 13th. And more drivers with trouble. 31 of Sarge, he was all sorts of out of shape, had a dust up with the outside wall and has already dropped 14 positions from where he qualified. A little bit of damage there on the right front. Who is that? I believe that may be the 946 of Chad Renselman. Oh, a little bit of a dust up there. We're looking, trying to find out where everybody's at. Looking back here, tail end of the field, you'll find handful of drivers still mixing it up, going at it. The 420 of James Schultz. There's the 946 of Chad Renselman and Johnny JP. Right there, JP having a good run here, trying to make up some positions. Knocking on the door of the top 25, while up at the front, 3 trucks have found a way to shake the field. And again, I'm going to say it, I'm impartial. I absolutely love that 72 truck. The way that thing looks out there on the track, absolutely amazing. Chase Elliott fan myself, so of course I'm going to like that aspect of it. But man, just look at how clean this thing looks. And that black and orange, absolutely phenomenal. Love to see it out there on the track. And we'd love to see it in victory lane. We'll see if Kevin can cap things off here tonight with a race-winning performance. We're down to just about 50 laps remaining, so drivers pretty quick here. Underway tonight from Pocono Raceway. We've been green flag racing for these opening 5 laps. Handful of drivers with some issues and a handful heading towards the front. We'll take a look at this 107 right here. Bender on a move. The 109 of Bender making up 7 positions so far here tonight. So he's had a good solid evening. We'll see if it continues. He's trying to run down Ray Zercut and Ethan Wilson just off in front of him. There you can see those 2 drivers breaking away from the field just a little bit, as it's a long single file train of trucks trying to track the duo down. And as things do settle down, tell you what, let's go around the track here for just a moment with a handful of our drivers. What do you say we go on board right around here with that 41 of Sheldon Fittick? There you can see Fittick trying to grab the top position away. Race leader, pole sitter, just off in front of him here as we work our way down the short chute and heading to turn number 3. Fittick carrying one of our onboard camera shots, also on board here tonight with another one of our Chevy bow tie men dressed up, ready to go inside of his Silverado. Kevin Worley right here trying to gain a position and gonna end up losing one. Good move there by Tommy D to make up the position, grab a spot back inside of the top 10. So Tommy slowly but surely trying to work his way to the front. More drivers with onboard cameras here. We'll go back to the 5 of Dean Miller deep in the field, and you can see a little bit of damage on the front end of that 51 of Kendall Kraft just off in front of him. Miller, oh, right on the rear bumper of Andy there. That was close. And just like that, we'll jump back outside of the car, go around the track a little bit, try to find you some more battles out here. Not much changing at the front with Jimmy P. Still showing the way. Sheldon Fittick, Kevin Muller rounding out your podium drivers. A little bit of a gap back to Rolf Van, 2 seconds back to be exact. Oh, I apologize. No, that's 2 seconds back to Wilson. The 49 Razor Cut right there running in 6th. Still Bender, Tommy D, John Izzo, and Ken Worley round out your top 10. Izzo on a roll here tonight. We'll roll with him. What do you say? Taking a look back at that 11 of Ken Worley. There you can see Worley trying to follow in the tire tracks down through the tunnel turn. A handful of drivers locked up, ready to go here tonight. And again, we'll go back to the front. Another one of our great onboard camera shots here, brought to you by all the hard-working guys and girls back at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate all the hard work going into the placement of these cameras. I want to give a big tip of the cap to the crews and drivers, allowing us to put a little bit of fun-filled action for the fans in the stands a little better view of what's going on and how it's going down. We're going to jump further in the field now. Let's go back on board with the 7 of Gary Ragland running just inside of your top 20 in that 19th position, but he's got the Mountain Dew Code Red machine right behind him. That's Chris Llewellyn. Llewellyn, one of those fast drivers over the course of the past few weeks. Will he be able to recreate some magic and have a good run here tonight from Pocono Raceway? We're clicking these laps off pretty quick, so we're going to jump back outside the car and back around the track. Back with the battle here, Bender and Izzo going at it, trading paints, no pun intended. Right there you go, the Izzo Plumbing 63 machine. Whoa, we've got a driver to pit road. Looks like Ray Zercut gonna head to pit road. I don't think he planned to go to pit lane this early, but looks like possibly some contact with that outside wall. Gonna send the 36 Toyota Tundra of Ray Zercut packing home a little bit early, and yeah, he's not even going to pull into pit box. He's straight back behind pit wall, and that's going to do it. Ray Zercut out of tonight's race. The 36 will drop back to 28th, and that's going to put an end to his run. Meanwhile, front of the field, let's go check things out once again. There's that North Dakota State Beef Jerky Unlimited 41realoptics.com machine. Sheldon Fiddick with a great run once again, hitting the track. Started in third, running in second, and he looks to have a pretty fast truck. The only driver able to keep those lap times mirroring what your race leaders are, or what your race leaders is. Jimmy P last time around the track of 55.82. Fiddick with a 55.78. One of the fastest times still out there on the track. So Fiddick definitely keeping some speed inside of that 41 machine. And we'll jump around a little bit once again here. Let's see if we can't find some more action for you. Big 2.5 mile tricky triangle track here at Pocono Raceway. I've had the opportunity to be here to witness multiple races over the course of a race weekend here at Pocono, and what a phenomenal time it is, and what a great racing facility. Really, I know a lot of people have trouble with some of these big style tracks, but these, we're seeing it right here on screen tonight. These drivers able to stay with each other, mix things up amongst themselves. Sure, things are going to spread out a little bit, but how many times have we seen things spread out at a mile or a mile and a half? It happens everywhere once machines slowly start to get to their, I don't want to say breaking point, but get to their final point where you're just not going to get any more speed at them. It's just not going to handle any better, and you're kind of stuck from that point on in the run. And it looks like a handful of drivers starting to fall off pace here deep into the run. 12 laps into tonight's opening green flag stint, and we're watching the battle for spots inside of the top 10. Here comes Butch Jet Wrench, the 33, trying to make up some positions. Bottom of the raceway, right behind Ken Worley. They'll roll into turn number 3 up at the top. Bender trying to keep the momentum wound up. Not going to pan out, not going to pay off for him. He'll lose one position, but keep the 33 and Bay. Jet Wrench going to have to fall back in line and look to create yet another run. A little bit of a hornet's nest further behind. We'll go just outside of your top 20. Let's go back here to a battle. We got all sorts of stuff going on in the back. James Schultz, James Barber going at it. There's Dean Miller right behind them. Kendall Craft, Andy off in the front. Running 18th and 19th on the track here tonight. We'll go check in momentarily with that one 09 of Bender shortly in just a minute. Battle for the final position inside of the top 10 and 13 laps of green flag racing to open up tonight's 55 lap feature event. Has not been dull at all. A little bit of a change at the front. We're seeing gaps begin to develop at the front of the field. Here it is. What once was a 4-car train is now less than 3. It's a duo. Walking away here, Sheldon Fiddick, only one able to keep pace with Jimmy P right now. Ruled Fan going to lose some ground. He's going to drop off just about a second from Fiddick. He's going to lose some ground here. And again, fastest laps on the racetrack turned in by those top two. They are absolutely, I don't want to say team racing or tandem, excuse me, or tandem racing, but I mean, they've been right there. Fiddick hasn't looked to make a move. He's been right there, just on the bumper, waiting in the wings if you would. And I would expect to see Fiddick trying to stay there for quite some time. Single file through the field as we head to turn number 1. There goes your race leaders working their way by. As we'll head down the back stretch now. Field going to come screaming by in just a moment. There you can see race leader Jimmy P. Sheldon, Fiddick, Rule Fan, Muller, Ethan Wilson all going to go flying by us here in just one moment. There it is. And again, another lap in the book here at Pocono Raceway as your top two stepping away. Battle starting to dissipate. Battle starting to dissipate as drivers begin to build those gaps. Top two still stuck to each other, just about 0.2 of a second separating Jimmy P. and Sheldon Fiddick. They've been right there running with each other. These two truck drivers laying the hammer down and laying the power to the pedal here tonight. They're walking away from the field. Rule Fan just about a second back from them. The 60 machine running in that third position. He's been able to gain 2 positions here tonight so far. So from 5th to 3rd, Fan on another podium run. Kevin Mueller right behind him. That 72 started well, qualified well, outside pole position. But he's lost 2 spots. He's now going to run in 4th with Ethan Wilson rounding out your top 5. Tommy D able to pick those positions back up. He was down at one time 6 positions from where he qualified, all the way back outside of the top 10. And that Beef Jerky Unlimited, the 86 machine of Tommy D. He's been able to work the wheel, work the pedal, and find a way to get back inside of the top 5. What a run by him. And I tell you what, let's see. Can we go inside the truck? Well, no, let's go on board. Go on board for just a moment here as we look over the shoulder of the driver putting in work inside of his office, the 86 of Tommy D. Wheeling that Beef Jerky Unlimited. RealOptics.com Chevy Silverado. Tommy D sits in the 6th position. We'll head back further in the field, back on board here with the 109 of Bender. I do appreciate this crew allowing us to put several of our onboard camera shots on with Bender here tonight, so we do give a big tip of the cap to that 109 crew. Back outside of the race truck we roll once again as drivers continue this green flag run to open up tonight's race. 17 laps of green flag action already in our back pocket, and we're going to move closer to the halfway point, and will drivers begin to eyeball pit lane. Are they going to split this thing in half? Will we see drivers run it dry? Or will we see drivers use that road course mentality? We've heard it in the big boy shows of NASCAR. As soon as that fuel window opens, the short pit, the undercut, going ahead, filling it all the way with fuel, knowing you can get to the end at the earliest moment possible. What will be the biggest relief? Which one will net you a gain? And that's why they call it strategy. And it looks like 2 drivers going to head to pit road. The 83 of Jeff Spotswood and Raymond Calsey both to pit road this time around. Lap number 19 underway. Front of the field remains the same. Jimmy P. and Sheldon Fiddick walking away at the front. No problems here for these 2 drivers as they continue to, I mean, I don't want to say they're playing it easy. I don't want to say they're playing it soft, but it doesn't look like either of them really pushing the envelope for the moment. They're content. They're satisfied with running where they are and how they are. So we'll continue to see if they're ready to, if they're really willing to keep rolling with this little tandem truck draft that they've had all night, looking for some battles on the track. Tell you what, let's head back through the field here. Let's watch some things unfold. Let's go battle for the top 5. What do you say? Right here on board, 49 of Ethan Wilson making a move on Moeller as the 72 Hooters machine loses yet another position. Moeller going to drop deeper into the field now. Tommy D right there loses the 5th position. He's going to go back to 6th. So a handful of spots going to change that time around. Chris Llewellyn, Dean Miller on the pit lane this time around. So indeed, green flag pit stops already underway. And it looks to be about 50 seconds, 55, 57. 57-second pit road delta for Raymond Causey. So that is a 4-tire stop for Causey. So the 09 going to be the first one with those fresh tires out there on the track. We'll continue to watch this green flag pit cycle unfold before our eyes. And here we are right at that halfway point. Jimmy P showing the way all night long here tonight. What a run for him and his entire 55 crew. A little bit of a moment there for Tommy D on the outside lane going around the 83 truck. Jeff Spotswood. Excuse me, Jeff Spotswood 1 lap down here, so Tommy dealing with some lap traffic front of the field. Lightning quick here tonight, putting a handful of drivers 1 lap down, and that's something that you gotta think of if you're one of those drivers in the rear. I mean, let's take, I think it's going to be your top 10, really. Look at the timing and scoring there. 14 seconds behind your race leader. I think if you're pitting from much further on back from there, I think you can find yourself ending up in a precarious situation, being stuck 1 lap down for a time being. Take Jeff Spotswood right now, that 23 truck. Yes, he's up there running with drivers inside of the top 5, but he's listed 1 lap down here. If we get a caution, it could put a damper on his day. It could catch him out a little bit here. Fortunately enough, he would be accredited with that lucky dog position and get himself back on the lead lap. But a handful of drivers out there, Chris Llewellyn, Roger Homan, both of those drivers, if there's a late caution right here, that's going to put a damper on their strategy play, as they need this thing to go green flag. They need this green flag pit cycle to work itself out to find out if the strategy is indeed a winning strategy. As Gap still developing front of the field, Jimmy P. Sheldon Fiddick still stepping away. Rolfan let him go, but not let him get too far gone. Just about 1 second back is that number 60 Creature Comfort Brewing Company, number 60 of Rolfan. And a little bit of frogginess in the throat, so we had to mute the mic there for a moment. We do apologize. I know you guys don't want to hear all the coughing, hacking, yakking, and we're going to keep on acting like nothing happened. We're going to stay right here in front of the field. Ethan Wilson struggling to keep pace. He's going to drop a lot of time here. 7 seconds off the race leader. Just about 6 seconds off of 3rd place. So already front of the field walking away, and this thing could get far gone for your podium drivers. I think they're going to be their own worst enemies at this point in time. Not a lot of side-by-side racing action going on here. We're going to keep it up near the front of the field for the time being. That is the 83 of Jeff Spotswood, listed 1 lap down, making up some time here with those fresh tires, passing drivers inside of the top 5. It's going to be a unique moment to see how drivers navigate their way around, racing with him at this point in time. And there you can see giving up that outside lane, and he's going to come straight to pit road. Ethan Wilson, first driver inside the top 5 to head to pit road. He'll give up that 4th position and drop through the field. Jason Room going to follow him down pit road. So the 87 going to join him and get some fuel and tires. And we've got a change. We've got a change at the front. Change at the front of the field. New race leader for the first time here tonight inside of that 41 machine. The Beef Jerky Unlimited, North Dakota State's RealOptics.com. Chevy Silverado, Sheldon Fittig going to take over the race lead here at the halfway point. And is that it? Oh my goodness. And is that a sign of things to come? You seen Jimmy fast out there this entire run. Was he pushing a little too much to keep himself out front, needing to save a little bit here? We know the fuel mileage is gonna be different, as Fittig was able to stay in a draft, able to be tucked in behind Jimmy P, and Jimmy was just pulling along the whole time here. So you gotta ask yourselves, has that affected how much fuel that 55 has? Is he going to have to head to pit road possibly a lap earlier than the rest of this field? 11 of Ken Worley going to make his way off of, or down to pit road, we should say. The 11 into the pit box. Got to get some work done for tires and fuel. Chad Rinselman going to join these drivers on the pit road. What does Fittig and P2 at the front? They're going to stay out for another lap. So we'll keep this thing green flag front of the field. Rule Fan was able to make up some time, gain some ground during that fight for the top spot, unable to do anything with it, as we seen the 72 of Kevin Mueller make his way to pit road this time around. The 72 going to make that left-hand turn, bring it down to 50 miles an hour and head down this long pit road to the attention of his crew members. 26 laps into tonight's race, and we'll give you a little bit of house cleaning here. Some official business to be had. Started tonight's race with 30 drivers in the field. We have still got 27 out there on the track, but we are down to just 19 left on the lead lap as race leaders coming down pit road. So that's going to allow a handful of drivers to get themselves back onto the lead lap. But we were down to under 20 drivers left on the lead lap of this big field here tonight, as Fittig P, Tommy D, John Izzo, and Paul Dillon all head to pit road. This man right here, he's feeling a little free here tonight. Rule Fan, you got to work his way back down into turn 1 and down the long pond straightaway, heading to the tunnel turn. Fan gonna stay out and extend this fuel run. Sergeant Butch Jet Wrench gonna do the same thing. James Barber and the 3 Chevy Silverado, all 4 of these drivers, they're gonna stay out on track. What does Nitro do? Nitro working his way through the front stretch, and he's stayed on the track, so he's gonna gain some time for the moment. Look for him to lose a little bit here, possibly on the back end, as now Rule Fan indeed going to head down to pit lane. What does Sarge, Jet Wrench, and Barber do this time around? We'll wait to see. Into turn number 3 we roll. Puts Jet Wrench in that 33, looking to have a fine night tonight. And it looks like Jet Wrench, he's going to pump the brakes, and he's going to head to pit road. So Sarge going to become the official race leader across the line. The 31 going to take the top spot, become our 3rd, 4th different race leader of the night. There you can see that 31 Ford F-150. Staying out on track here, rolling the dice, and can the Valvoline machine get the job done here tonight? A little bit of a lonely race for Sarge. He's only got one fellow Ford in the field with him, and that's going to be Johnny, all the way back outside of your top 25. The 028 has had a little bit of a struggle here tonight. Not such of a bad run for Sarge here. He's had a little bit of a dust up and mix up That set him deep into the field, looking to recover here, having to play a little strategy game. He's going to stay out yet another lap, and that's going to put 29 in our back pocket as lap number 30 goes. On the board, we'll have just about 25 laps remaining next time around, so it's time for your driver highlights and spotlights. Let's go to drivers that should be your eventual race leaders. Let's go right here on the front stretch. You know what? We're going to go ahead and give the guy credit where credit is due. What do you say? We can go ahead and throw it up there anyway. 31, a little bit of a gamble. Started back in the 4th position, had a dust up on the opening laps, fell deep into this field outside of your top 20, and here he is running a fuel mileage game. 31 of Sarge has found a way to get to the front. Man right behind him on track. Always fast, always fun, and he is stepping away out front. Sheldon Fittig with a great on an exit to pit road. He's going to grab that eventual race lead here coming off of turn number 3 and down the front stretch. So we'll adjust our highlight segment here as Jimmy P, your RealOptics.com Pole Award winner, he's had a little bit of a struggle on and off pit road. Looked like he give up right about a second on pit lane, and look at the difference on track, over 2.5 seconds back from Sheldon Fittig now. So Jimmy gonna have to find some speed late in the going here as we cross the line. That time around 25 laps remaining. Rule fan, Sharpsburg, Georgia native. Our friend, he's practically family here in the booth. We've talked to him multiple race weekends. We're going to see if we talk to him again here tonight. Rule fan, rounding out your podium drivers. Can't forget about this 49 machine, Ethan Wilson, mixing it up here tonight inside of his tough bow tie, the Chevy Silverado. Running in the 4th position, Tommy D has found a second life. Here he is, man, inside that Beef Jerky Unlimited 86 Chevy Silverado. Tommy with a great run. Now, rounding out your top 5, biggest mover of the night. Whoa, a little bit of a mix-up. Outside wall contact. Let's go to the biggest mover of the race. There you can see him working his way up a turn number 3, up 12 positions inside of your top 10, starting outside of your top 20. Jason Room with a good run here tonight in the 87. Looking to get that Bass Pro Shops 87 machine a little closer to the front of the field. We'll see how he goes for the rest of the night. Let's go right here with this battle. I want to stick right here for just a moment. Let's check out this battle. Front of the field, just outside of your top 5. Kevin Muller and Ken Worley going at it lap after lap. What a run for both of these drivers here tonight. And as we are down under 25 laps to go, I do want to remind you all out there to pay some support to not only these drivers, but to their great sponsors. Beef Jerky Unlimited coming on board, sponsoring the Sunday night special, sponsoring multiple different series and leagues across the whole iRacing platform. So a big tip of the cap to everybody over there at Beef Jerky Unlimited. If you're looking for some great beef jerky, some of the best around, you can find it right there at beefjerkyunlimited.com. Put that Turn 5 discount code in your checkout. Right before you head out, you can find yourself some great chicken jerky, turkey jerky. They've got all sorts of beef jerky, amazing flavors, amazing taste and tenderness. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Head on over or scroll down in the description and click that link. Head on over to beefjerkyunlimited.com. Don't forget about that discount code. Once again, that's Turn 5, all capital letters, Turn 5, for your 15% off. Also, a big shout out to everybody at RealOptics.com. RealOptics.com coming on, supporting the league once again, presenting you your qualifying sessions, your pole awards here with the Sunday Night Spear. So a big shout out to RealOptics.com, changing the VR game. If you wear corrective lenses, you struggle possibly with those contacts while using your VRs. Look no further. You can ditch the glasses, get the lenses right there at realoptics.com. They've got all sorts of options for every VR that you can imagine, and I promise you, you will see and feel the difference right away. That's realoptics.com. Clean race here tonight as we stay under green flag racing conditions. All the way through one green flag pit cycle. Tell you what, one of these guys have put on an absolute show here tonight. Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Slap a follow on that thing, whether you're over there on the Twitch side, or if you're right here joining us on YouTube, that's right. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say, hey, check out some great racing action, or maybe find something new or unfamiliar. We appreciate all you stopping by, all the sponsors out there, and again, to every single one of you dedicated fans coming in week in, week out. This is why we are here. This is why we are who we are. Without you, there would be no us. So once again, give yourselves a little bit of a high five as well and drop these drivers that thumbs up. 20 laps remaining here from Pocono tonight for the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special series. What a turn of events coming to pit road. Sheldon Fiddick took the race lead, brought a field of trucks with him, and Jimmy P, he has struggled for pace here. He has lost some ground. Was right there just about 2.5 seconds, and well, we say he lost ground. It looked like he lost a lot more than what it actually is out there on the track. Still right at that 2.5 second a deficit to your race leader, but the distance just seems to be growing, or it may be that we're starting to see some of the lap cars come into play here as Fiddick beginning to work his way to the tail end of, I do believe that may be the 51 of Kendall Kraft just off in front of him, so lap traffic going to come into play here as more drivers come to pit lane. Jeff Spotswood, Raymond Calsey going to head back down pit road once again. Let's go to a battle on track. What do you say right here? Tommy D side by side with Ethan Wilson. These two drivers going to go at it for position. Let's take a look here. Get a little closer to the track as we watch these two heavyweights throw some haymakers at each other. And it looks like Tommy D will prevail. What a look at that beautiful 86 machine. Man, that thing looks clean at the front. Kevin Muller going to work his way by Ken Worley. The 11 going to lose the 6th position. That move Muller back to 6th. More battles going on out there on the track. Let's take a look here at that 34. DIYsim.com. Number 34 Toyota Tundra. There you can see Andy just trying to make up some ground, trying to make some moves, trying to run down that Alpine Stars Mountain Dew Code Red 019 of Chris Llewellyn. Llewellyn typically quick, but having a little bit of struggle here tonight. Possibly some of that track temperature coming back to haunt him right here. A little bit of a struggle on these long runs for Llewellyn as the 34 of Andy going to just power down on the bottom of the racetrack and take that position away. We'll jump back to the front because the battle is still underway. Let's take a look at these two guys going side by side here. Ken Worley, and I believe that is, yes it is, that's Kevin Muller up on the high side. That Hooters number 72 truck not letting him get away. There it is. Worley going to have to fall back in line once again as we continue to click off these laps. We have been clean and green all night long here tonight. A little bit of a dust up and mix up at the beginning of the race, but we kept it green flag. In a big moment there also in turn number 1, drivers having to scatter a little as I believe that was Sarge. Yes, it was Sarge coming off of turn 3 with the trouble early tonight. And then I believe we're trying to get a confirmation on who it was, and I believe it may have been the 36 of Zerkut. They had the big slide, drivers having to go this way and that. They work their way by, and we stay green flag racing right here. Drivers starting to get grouped up a little bit. There you can see Moeller. I believe that's the 63 of John Izzo in the 11 of Ken Worley, all right here with each other. Indeed, it is the Izzo's Plumbing 63 machine of John Izzo. There he is, working his way around the track inside of the top 10. Solid night here tonight for that 63 machine. Up 4 positions from where he qualified, so from outside the top 10, now knocking on the door of the top 5 as Chad Renselman has a little bit of a moment deep in the field. Renselman going to get the trunk going. Had a little bit of a moment down there off of the back stretch. And we're seeing a different story. One of the field, let's jump back here, losing some time, losing some ground is Sheldon Finnick. Finnick had a 2.5 second advantage. We're down to just above a second and a half. So right here, there he is. You can see him in the background. Jimmy P, he is lurking, and he is on his way. Rule Fan slowly working his way up to him. Here you go. It's going to be a battle for second and third. Lead lap truck's going to go single file off of turn number 1 and look to run down that 41 of Sheldon Finnick, showing the way front of the field of 41. Lights out performance here tonight. Just kind of hung out in that second position for the majority of the opening laps. Grabbed the race lead with about 5 laps left in green flag pit cycle. And he's just stayed up front ever since. Jimmy P now falling into the clutches of a Rule Fan. Tommy D a bit of a ways back, sitting in 4th. There you can find him working his way into turn 3, just now coming through the short chute in the 86. Improving here tonight, just a little bit off pace at the start of tonight's race, and I think moving backwards those 6 positions that he dropped in those opening 5 laps, I think that's really what spelled the trouble for Tommy, because he's got some speed, he's got some pace. Last time around, race leader Finnick turning in a 56.39, and Tommy right there mirroring with a 56.40, so he's right there running race leading times. He's just got too far behind to make up here. He may need a caution to try to change his evening tonight. We'll jump back through the field here, take a look at the 33 of Butch Jet Wrench. Great run here for Jet Wrench. The 33 trying to take the 11th position away from Gary Ragland. A little bit of a quiet night for the man inside of the 7 machine. Ragland up 9 positions here tonight, so a good run here from Ragland as he continues. Improvements over the past handful of weeks. Ragland right here knocking on the door of a solid top 10 position. We'll see if it all works out for him. Whoa, a little bit of a mix-up there. Everybody going to keep it heading in the right direction. Battle for that second position heating up once again. Tell you what, let's jump back up front. Let's watch it all unfold. Let's see how it all goes down. A little look from on board front of that 55 of Jimmy P. That's what 2 seconds looks like. That's the deficit as we work our way off of turn number 3. We'll cross the line this time by with 11 laps to go here from Pocono and the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night a special one run as we ride on board with your RealOptics.com Pole Award winner, the 55 of Jimmy P, trying to keep his truck in a podium position as he runs second on track. Rule Fan right behind him. We'll check out a look At the trucks working their way off of turn number 2 to down the long pond straightaway we go into turn number 2, and everybody still out on track. What a run, what a race for everybody out there tonight. Few trouble spots for a handful of drivers, and we'll get you some house cleaning here in just about one lap or so. We'll get to some house cleaning for you and let you know the rundown. Onboard camera shot with the man inside of that 7 machine. There you can see Gary Ragland's got his helmet on, got those gloves on, gripping the wheel tight down to the inside. What a good look at some side-by-side racing action coming at you off of turn number 3 down the front stretch, and what a run on the high side, and there it is. Look at that. Right on around as we head through the field. Let's go back here on board with the 51 of Kendall Craft, one of the drivers carrying this onboard office camera, as we like to call it. The men putting in work behind the wheel, sitting in their office, showing you how they get the job done. Jeff Carlson in the 88, also another one of our drivers carrying this onboard office camera for us tonight. We do appreciate all of the teams allowing us to put these cameras on the trucks, and just like that, we're going to jump back outside the cars. I'll watch this action unfold right before our eyes. Final few laps remaining here. We're down under 10 to go as back down the long pond straightaway we roll. Your race leader stepping away from everybody here tonight. Podium drivers over a 7-second advantage over the rest of the field. So Sheldon, Fittick, Jimmy P, Rule Fan, give credit where credit is due. It is not just a dominating performance by one driver. It is an absolute runaway at the front of this field. 1.5 second advantage for Fittick. Jimmy P starting to slowly pull back away from Rule Fan. I believe some of the lap traffic may have been involved and may have been the reason why the gap was caught up so quickly. But we are now down to 8 laps remaining here from Pocono Raceway. What a run, what a night, what a race, as we start to see most of the battles dissipate and go away. 30 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We are down to just 24 left out there on the track, but a few less on the lead lap. We've got ourselves, I believe it is just 15. Yes, it is just 15 drivers on the lead lap. 16 as Andy still on the lead lap, but fighting for all it's worth to keep himself on the lead lap. Andy gonna sit in that 16th position. James Schultz, first driver, 1 lap down. Should we get a late race caution, he'll be sitting pretty with a lucky dog, able to get himself some fresh tires and caught up to your race leaders. But at a place like Pocono, a green-white checkered finish, I don't think it gives you as big of an opportunity to make those moves than maybe a 1.5 miles like, let's say, Charlotte, or even a 2-mile track like Michigan. I mean, Pocono, yeah, you can get some big runs, but these corners, it's really, really tough to go too wide in these corners and really keep the momentum and the speed up. So you got to set yourself up to make those passes either right off of corner exit or directly on corner entry. There's no half stepping it and kind of just hanging out side by side. Somebody's going to lose sometime, if not everybody, in that situation. So Pocono, definitely one of those tracks that you do have to consider somewhat of a road course style to it, because you have to have your pass figured out before you ever make it happen. And well, maybe that's why some of the crew chiefs choose to treat Pocono as a road course, just because of the way you do have to drive this very, very different track. Every single corner, different baking and radius ratio. So it's a handful for crew chiefs to set up the trucks. How good do you want to be? You want to be fast on the straights, okay, but that's going to give up some speed there through turn 2. Okay, you can manage that. Well, turn 1, turn 3, which one you want to be better at, because you're not going to be good at both. There's going to be at least one, if not two, of these corners that you just absolutely have to be at an all-time compromising high in order to walk away with a good race truck. And it looks like the crew chief with that 41, they've found the right balance as we've got the 5-finger wave, the high five from the boss man in the flag stand. He's had a bit of a boring night up there, only waving the green flag and then giving us the cross sticks at the halfway point, and now the high five wave from the flag stand. Just 5 laps to go here tonight. Uneventful night for our good buddy down there trying to pull pace car duties. He's been unneeded and, well, from the race fans, unwanted. Travis Smith just hanging out down there in the iRacing pace car has yet to turn in a lap here tonight, and that's going to save some fuel for us in our production costs, so we appreciate that. We'll just make Mr. Smith stay in the car for the time being, though. Working our way off of turn number 3, we'll have 4 laps to go here from Pocono. Four laps to go for the drivers at the front of the field. 4 laps to go for everybody. No positions up for grabs for the time being, except the one on screen right here inside of your podium positions. Front of the field, Jimmy P sitting in second. Rolfan right there, that Creature Comforts Brewing Company Beef Jerky Unlimited. RealOptics.com, number 60 Chevy Silverado running well here tonight. He's been running well all night long. Kenny Kane, one position to grab that second spot away. There's not going to be much of a challenge from anybody else's. We've got 3 laps remaining here. Three laps of racing, less than 8 miles to go here tonight from Pocono Raceway with the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. And as we close in on the final laps here tonight, we're going to begin to close in on the final race of our coverage on Sunday nights with these drivers and this crew. What a run it has been. What an absolute pleasure for myself and everybody that I've been working with here at the network with Beef Jerky Unlimited in these Sunday night special. Worn Out Racers, absolutely hands down some of the most professional and gentleman natured league and drivers that I've had the opportunity to deal with, and we're going to be sad to see the Sunday night special go away here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, but we will be picking up that Turn 5 Motorsports push as we've got popsicle sticks on display. So keep in mind, race fans, you can still find all of your great Worn Out Racers on Tuesday nights with us here, as we're in a little bit of an off season for that Turn 5 Motorsports season. That's going to be kicking up here in the next handful of weeks, so keep your eyes peeled to the upcoming and scheduled races. And as we said, it's a little bit of a heartbreak, but we're still going to see these drivers week in, week out as we kick off the season number 2 with Turn 5 Motorsports on Tuesday nights. So check in to see your updates and find these guys each and every Tuesday night, as we'll have tonight and next week's finale here with the Turn 3 Racing Network off of Turn 3 for the final time. White flag flies. Final lap. We're not going to count any more around the track here tonight. This is going to be it. Just 2.5 miles remain for Sheldon fitting to park that 41 in victory lane. Rule fan looking to the inside. Deep one into turn number 1. He's going to gain a little bit of ground on Jimmy P. Your RealOptics.com pole sitter led the vast majority of the first half of the race, gave up the top spot to Fittig, and he has yet to look back. Fittig off of the tunnel turn, still leading by over 1 second. Rule fan starting to close in, striking distance down the short chute. We'll head into turn 3 for the final time here tonight from Pocono Raceway. Nobody going to have anything for the man at the front of the field. Firing it off of turn 4, will roll closer to the track. Checkered flag flies here for Sheldon Fittig as he grabs the top spot, and he's going to head himself back to victory lane. What a night, what a run here for that North Dakota States Beef Jerky Unlimited, RealOptics.com Chevy Silverado returning to the track and returning to the front. What a run, what a night. Jimmy P with a great performance as well. He'll walk away second. Rule Fan back in third. Tommy Deere credited with fourth. And Ethan Wilson walking away fifth. A long way around the track for the cool down lap. We're going to wait to try to bring you some of the post-race celebrations. As Fittig going to bring his machine through turn number 3 and back to the front stretch to the attention of all the fans that filled the stands. Another sold-out packed house here this Sunday night for the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. There it is, your podium drivers. They're going to give it all a smoke show with their post-race celebrations, as these drivers have a little bit of fun and a little bit of fan interactions. We're going to step away from the track for a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go with your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's race here from Pocono Raceway. What a night, what a run, and we're going to dive right on in. We're going to see if we can grab your podium drivers and have a few words. Let's start off back here with the man inside of that 60 machine once again in these post-race interviews. As always, a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Rule, how you feeling? How you doing after a solid podium night?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't do too well at Poconos, so that's maybe my top finish. So I'm happy with it.
I don't do too well at Pocono, but you walk away with a podium. What kind of nonsense is that?
It's my first podium here, I'm pretty sure.
That'd have been like Picasso saying, I don't think I can really paint, but this is my best.
All right.
Now I got to give you a little bit of trouble here. You can't make things too smooth for you every time you come and visit us in these post race interviews. Different track here than what we've seen over the course of the next few weeks. We're going to be finishing things off next week here with the Turn 3 coverage. Do you think you're going to be able to get back to one final podium finish here on Sunday nights?
I don't know where we're running.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know where we're running, so I don't know if I've got a shot or not.
Let's say, let me flip the stat sheet. I'll put you on the spot. You're not getting out of this Richmond. We're going to Richmond, the short track king.
Yeah, I'll be all right there.
All
Hey,
right.
Courtney shows up. I need something not to show up.
Well, most of the time that we hit the track, we hope about 25 cars don't show up. So I mean, at least you're in better spot than we are.
Yeah, yeah, that could be a wreck fest, or we've had long runs there, so it's usually a good race.
Well, you had a great race here tonight, as we've already said, another podium finish for you and your entire 60 crew. So before we let you go here tonight and enjoy yet another podium, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Oh, I'd like to shout out to Sheldon. I've learned just about everything from him. He just put on a clinic tonight, and James, he's always fast everywhere we go. Beef Jerky Unlimited, Izzo Plumbing, and Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you, Dave.
Absolutely. My pleasure, my man. And as always, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. So we'll see if we can talk once again when things finish out next week from Richmond.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from the Sharpsburg, Georgia native. Rule thing, gonna put that Creature Comforts Brewing Company number 60 machine home in a podium position. He'll walk away with third on the track, and that's gonna lead us to the man that walked away second here tonight. Great run for Jimmy. Started from the pole position. He grabbed the RealOptics.com pole award. Came up a little bit short though. Walked away second on the track. Jimmy, how you feeling after an overall fine night?
No, I feel good, man. I was happy with the run. I knew Sheldon was going to be fast here. He's always fast. He seems to, on this track, definitely, I don't know how he feels. I feel like he just is really good at going fast and not burning up his tires on this track. And so I knew he was going to be fast. So I thought, well, let's see if I can out qualify him. And maybe if I can get him behind me and he gets, the arrow push and stuff, it'll make him have to work a little harder. But yeah, that didn't work. So I knew he was back there just playing with me for a little while.
Well, you started to accomplish the agenda, as you said. You wanted to qualify out in front of him. You did that. You grabbed the pole position. You led a big chunk of this race out front as he passed you just a handful of laps before we started that green flag pit cycle. Did you ever think that maybe you were going to be able to reel him in after the pit stop?
I ran a little easier after the pit stop than I did in the beginning of the race, before the pit stop. So I thought, well, maybe I'll be able to save a little bit of tires. And I seen he took off really good, and I thought, all right, good. Maybe he'll burn his stuff up. And then he started coming back, and but I didn't think he was burning his stuff up. I just thought this Sergeant Jerker's up there cooling his stuff off. You know what I mean? And if I did catch him, I don't think that I could have got around him. He killed me in that tunnel turn every lap tonight. If I gained something somewhere else, I'd lose it in the tunnel turn. And so if I was able to catch him, I was running really hard there towards the end. So I was kind of wearing my stuff out. I wouldn't have had enough to pass him. He's always fast here. I knew he was going to be fast. So congratulations to Sheldon on a good race. I mean, this league, man, they're all real good, especially on these trucks. We seem to have a lot of caution-free races. Hats off to Tim and all the guys for putting these races on, man. Thank you for doing the broadcast and all that, and Tommy for sponsoring everything, man. Appreciate what everybody does.
All right. Well, Jimmy, do you got anybody else you want to maybe give a shout out to before we let you go here tonight?
Just thank my sponsor, Triple R Trim Carpentry. That's pretty much it. And I want to say bang bang and a skeet skeet.
Absolutely. We're about to head our way right down to Bang Bang Ski Skeet Victory Lane here in just a moment, my man.
The
So
bang bang skeet skeet victory lane.
absolutely. We named it after you, my brother. You wanted it, you got it, and there it is. So congratulations again on your podium finish, on your pole position here tonight as well, and we'll see how you finish things up next week at Richmond. Until then, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right, thank you, Dave. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. And that's right. We're going to head right down pit lane here in just a few moments. But first, walking away second here tonight and want to run for the man inside of that 55 machine. Jimmy P going to take that second position home. We'll have a pole award to show along with it, but coming up just a little bit short here tonight. Jimmy will finish back in second, and we'll head to Bang Bang Skeet Skeet Victory Lane. Let's find our way and have a little talk with our good buddy inside of that 41 truck. Sheldon, it's Dave. How you feeling at the front once again?
Pretty good. It's a fun race. I always love a race that goes green to checkered. Get the guys coming and going with their tires and who pushed too hard at the beginning. It's always fun.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the strategy there. I know most places you can save a little bit of fuel when you're running right behind somebody. Was fuel saving ever on your mind in that opening stint? You were just kind of right there running in second. We believe more so saving a little bit of the tire life, but were you able to save any fuel while doing that?
The fuel didn't really come into play too much just because it was basically a split. You could run maybe 30 laps. So, I mean, I wasn't necessarily saving fuel. I knew, if a caution came out, I could probably go a half a lap or so further than James, but it was mostly just saving tires and being patient. Long race, didn't want to push it up early, so it was mostly tires. But I mean, I was saving fuel, but I don't think it would have been a very edge case scenario where that would have helped me.
Well, man, you were able to navigate your way through all of the aspects, whether it was saving on the tire, saving on fuel, just saving some pace there while leading the race. You walked away with quite a gap. I believe it ended up being over a half a second advantage there. I gave up a little bit of time towards the end when it didn't really matter much anymore, but a fine run. Fine race for you, pretty much a dominating performance for you in the entire North Dakota State Beef Jerky Unlimited RealOptics.com 41 machine. So another great run, another checkered flag. Before we let you go and celebrate, do you want to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dave, in turn 3. It's been fun having you here on Sunday nights, filling in a gap in your schedule. So I appreciate you coming out and doing that for us. And Tommy D and Beef Jerky Unlimited, fantastic jerky. I mean, just go get some. I'm still on the spicy garlic chicken jerky right now. That's a new number 2 favorite on my list. My bag is almost empty, so it's probably going to be time for a renewal up order with the old beefjerkyunlimited.com. You still go out there, still use turn 5, all capital letters, turn in capital and the number 5. Go get yourself a little discount. Get some jerky from Tommy D for all you people watching the race tonight. And then, Worn Out Racers for putting up with all of us old guys running every night. Worn Out Racers is, a league here. We're 40 and over league. We run every night of the week. Got ovals 3 nights a week, road courses 4 nights a week, and we have a good time. So come check us out, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Dave.
All right, well, Sheldon, again, pleasure as always, my man. Great race winning performance, and we'll see if we talk to you once again. As always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man parting from Pocono Raceway, Victory Lane, the Bang Bang Skeet Victory Lane show here. Post-race at Pocono, Sheldon Fittig walks away with the checkered flag. What a run, what a night. We seen flag to flag action here tonight. Straight green flag all night long, and as producers hit the buttons in the background, you know it's time for us to run down your unofficial race results here from Pocono Raceway, snatching the checkered flag, walking away into Victory Lane. Inside of that 41 truck, you'll find Sheldon Fittig at the front, with Jimmy P finishing in second. Rulthan back in third. Tommy D gonna pilot his way to a fourth place showing, and Ethan Wilson rounds out your top 5. John Izzo, Kevin Muller, Ken Worley back in the 8th position. Paul Dillon, Butch Jetridge will finish out to the top 10 in his 33 machine. Gary Ragland home in 11th, with Sarge back in 12th. 13th position tonight from Pocono belongs to Jeff Carlson, with Andy right behind him. The 109 of Bender will finish out your top 15. The 420 Dr. Green Thumb, James Schultz going to walk away with 16th position here tonight. Kendall Kraft back in 17th. 18th place to Jason Room with 19th spot tonight from Pocono Raceway, heading to Jeff Spotswood. Nitro Rich back in 20th. Chris Llewellyn with Johnny P. Raymond Causey, Roger Homan, and Chad Renselman rounding out your top 25. James Barber, Dean Miller in 27th. Razor Cut back in 28th. And finishing out the 30 truck field here tonight will be the 4 of Timothy Lewis and the 14 of Slick Rick. What a night. What a race. Straight green flag action all night long. Man, it doesn't get much better than this. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords, but before we do, if you haven't already, show these drivers some support and join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show them some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of the many sponsors. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So once again, show these drivers some love. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.